Hey guys, it's Marla. This is going to be a super fast intro because I have a lot of demonstration in this particular video. This is my review and impressions of the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer SPF 30. The reason I have such a tiny little container of it is this is actually a sample I got in my Sephora VIB Beauty Points. And I actually have gone through 2 of these already and just placed my order for this in the regular large size. I just don't have it in my possession yet, but I did want to give a review of this because I love this stuff so much. This, I believe, is $42. It's a little pricey, but you get what you pay for. Has a little bit more coverage than probably any of the other tinted moisturizers I've ever tried, and that's why I love it so much. Goes on beautifully, feels lightweight, blurs imperfections, yada, yada, yada. I'll talk all about that in the actual demo, so here we go. Okay, this is the scary part. I have all my makeup off, and I wanted to kind of show you what we're dealing with, or what I'm dealing with when I go and put either foundation on or a tinted moisturizer. I cannot use a lot of tinted moisturizers because a lot of them are very lightweight, and it's like I just put a moisturizer on, there's nothing there. They cover up nothing, and I have a lot of problems that I need to cover up, probably more than a lot of people do. So let me just kind of run through some of the stuff that I deal with on a daily basis. Dark circles under my eyes. I have a lot of redness around my nose, the sides of my nose, hyperpigmentation on my cheeks, scars right here, a scar right here, and a little bit of hyperpigmentation above my lip. And for some of you that have followed my channel, you might not have seen this before, but I have a lot of real redness right now around my mouth. And what that is from is I'm actually using some prescription Retin A, and it's working great, but it does really kind of redden my face. So that is what I also kind of have to cover up when I go outside. As I talked before, and I did a review before, I really do like the Cover FX Natural FX. This has really great coverage for someone like me who has a lot of stuff that needs to be covered up. However, the one problem I have with this right now, especially since I'm using this Retin A, is it only has an SPF of 15. And when I go outside, I live in the South, and when I walk in the sun sometimes, I really need a little bit more protection, especially on those areas that are being treated with Retin A, because you can see kind of how raw they are right now before that skin kind of heals up. The reason I liked the NARS product was it had an SPF of 30, which is really a pretty good SPF coverage on my face. Some of the other things, oh, well, I already talked about the other stuff, so let me just show you. First, let me show you what the NARS would look like. I kind of actually combined the NARS with the Cover FX because the NARS itself still doesn't give me complete coverage in some of the really bad areas that I have, but let me just show you what this looks like. And like I said, this is my tiny little sample that I got with my beauty bonus points. I was in Sephora recently. I wanted to get the full-size sample there. They were totally out of the St. Moritz color. It must be super popular, so I ended up having to order it over the internet, so I'm waiting for it to come in. But in the meantime, I thought I'd at least kind of show you my review because I've actually gone through 2 of these samples already. The St. Moritz is the color that I use. It's medium 1, and I'm really surprised, actually. There are 9 shades of this, and I'm really surprised that I am the St. Moritz color because to me, when I'm looking at the color scale of lightest, number 1, to darkest, number 9, St. Moritz is kind of in the kind of light medium area, and I'm really surprised because in the Cover FX, I'm M60, which to me looked kind of really like I would be more dark shades, and I have a lot of yellow undertones under my skin, combination, oily skin, oily around my nose and forehead, and then kind of a little bit drier on the cheek area. I looked at all the colors, and this St. Moritz color is the color that suited my face the best. And I think they must have named it St. Moritz after the Swiss resort in Switzerland? I don't know. But this is what it looks like. It's very yellow based, and I have very yellow based skin, so this is actually perfect for me. It's medium with kind of a neutral yellow undertone. Very, very perfect on my skin coloring. I'm going to just kind of draw this down right here, and you can kind of see it. not even blended in yet, but I'm going to use my hands, but I actually do use a brush when I blend this in, but since I'm just kind of doing it right here on the computer, it's just easier for me to use my hands. So I'm actually going to put this all over my face and let you see what one coating of this looks like and show you how much it actually covers up some of my problem areas. So I'm going to be quiet again, and I'm going to do this right now. I'm not going to put any on my neck right now because I'm just doing this for you guys. So I just wanted you to see what this looks like. This is how much coverage I got with just the NARS product alone, battling kind of all the things that I have to deal with. So you can see the redness is still fighting its way through even with this tinted moisturizer. So it really didn't cover that up perfectly. It did do a halfway decent job of kind of covering up my hyperpigmentation and the redness around my nose. I still would prefer to have a little bit more coverage under my eyes because I still think my circles still look kind of dark. And this little scar is a little kind of a booger to cover up. It's really tough, so I don't expect a tinted moisturizer to do that. But this is kind of the coverage I got starting out with some of the kind of bad problems that I had to deal with. This is what it would look like with the NARS product alone, nothing else on. And actually for a tinted moisturizer, I think this is pretty good because I'm battling a lot of stuff on my face right now. I really like it. It goes on really smoothly, the consistency. It's not super liquidy, but it's not kind of thick creamy. It just feels really good. Once you put it on your skin, it almost feels like your skin. It's not heavy at all. It feels hydrating without making my face oily. They say that it's supposed to help with the dark spots caused by hyperpigmentation, but you know, I'll be honest with you, I do not believe that claim from almost any product I think I've ever purchased, just like in a regular department store, because I have some hyperpigmentation going on that's kind of nasty, and I even have had a difficult time getting rid of it when I've used prescription strength products to kind of lighten it up. So I have rarely, I can honestly say I think I've never had any good results from any product that's claimed that it's helped lighten my hyperpigmentation. That's just me, but I really haven't. I've had to kind of go full strength prescription, and even then it hasn't done a major difference. But I think it does kind of, when I put it on, it's evened out my skin tone. I don't even have any rouge or lipstick on or anything, and I think it does actually look pretty good considering all the crap I started with on my face to begin with, and kind of evened everything out. Look, my skin looks hydrated without looking oily, very lightweight. I like it. So let me show you what it looks like when I kind of add a little bit of the Cover FX to kind of camouflage some of the areas and kind of do a little combo together. All right, this is after the application of the Cover FX underneath my eyes, a little bit in this area here because I kind of get really dark here, covering up, trying to cover up a little bit of this scar area, put around my nose for the redness, and put around this area. This area is really red, so it's going to take a lot to cover that up. And then I blended in the regular NARS Tinted Moisturizer over that because of the SPF 30 factor to kind of protect that area. But you can see it does give me a little bit of extra coverage when I put that Cover FX on. But if you don't have a lot of the imperfections and problems that I'm dealing with, I think alone you should have no problem with this NARS. The color that I use again is the St. Moritz. This is what it looks like blended on my hand. You can see it goes right into it's very yellow based. It blends beautifully into my hand. I was really surprised that for someone that has kind of darker skin like I have, I would be kind of so high up on the shade chart. So these probably run a little darker. If you're fair, you definitely would be going lighter than the St. Moritz. I also tried the one that was a little darker than this. I think it's called the Anna Purna. I think that's how you pronounce it. But when I put that on my skin, for my skin coloring, it was very kind of orange looking. Then I went one shade darker than that, which I think is the Cuban or Cuba. I can't remember the name of that one. That one was more of a kind of tannier looking shade with not as much yellow undertones to me. So I kind of really stayed away from those. So I would prefer to use this color, which really has a lot of the yellow tones in it. And then if I wanted kind of to darken it a little bit, I'll just put a little bronzer on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup and let you see what the combination looks like for the NARS Tinted Moisturizer with just a little bit of that Cover FX area around the areas that I really have to use that Cover FX. So I have all my makeup on now, and the only thing I put on under my eyes other than the Cover FX is my Benefit little brightener pencil. That is it. I used no other concealer. No other concealer around my nose area. I just put on my blush, a little bronzer, some highlighter, and my lipstick. Did my eyebrows, and that was it. So I have nothing else on the foundation part of my face other than the Tinted Moisturizer mixed with a little Cover FX. I didn't even put any of this on my neck because I was kind of saving it until I get my one in the mail that's coming. But you can see it's really almost a perfect color match to my neck. So this St. Moritz is really an amazing color for me personally. It just goes with my skin coloring so well. If you don't have all the horrendous imperfections in your face that I have, I would say the majority of people could just get along with this all by itself. It's great. It's a little bit, you get a little bit more coverage with this than you would a regular tinted moisturizer, but I'll be honest with you, a lot of tinted moisturizers I buy to me are a waste of money because I put them on, it's like I have nothing on my face. I like this because the SPF, it's very lightweight, it's hydrating, it evens out my skin tone, it kind of blurs my lines and wrinkles, and it kind of blurs my pores, which is great. If you have a lot of the imperfections that I'm dealing with, or some of the imperfections I'm dealing with, you're going to probably want to combine this with a concealer, or for me personally, I love the Cover FX. This stuff is pretty high potency when it comes to covering some really nasty areas. So this is a great moisturizer. Love, 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 love. Next time you are in Sephora or wherever you buy your NARS at, definitely take a look at this if you're looking for a tinted moisturizer with a little bit more coverage than the regular ones that you've tried in the past. It does not make my skin oily whatsoever, and I do have a combination oily T-zone area. Sometimes I put a little powder on my nose. Sometimes I really didn't. I don't have any powder on my nose right now. I really do not find this to produce any more oil in my skin as I go throughout the day. You definitely want to be color matched with this. Do not go online and look at it. I am glad I went into the store because I probably would not have gotten the St. Moritz. I probably would have gotten the darker shade, and I would have been so unhappy with that color on my skin coloring. Hope that was a good review of this product for you guys. I'm out of breath. And I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.